Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers. I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers.
Experience is not about the publisher, it is about us, the authors.
Oops, sorry everybody. So welcome everybody. Hope you guys are having a good Friday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday or Saturday, wherever you are in the world. Hope today is good. Hope you guys have a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. So I'm gonna do things a little bit quickly, but in a moderate fashion, because I wanted to talk about today. So for everybody that doesn't know me, my name is Clarence Causby. I am the author of a few books, Armageddon, Talking to the Devil, and Soul Exchange. Soul Exchange will be republished under Reader's Magnet later this year, so it should be coming out pretty soon. And this is my other book, Erebus the Ranger, which I will be talking about today. And next week is going to be really fun for those of you that love anime, manga, isekais, all that great stuff. So one of the books that I'm currently working on now, that will be getting published like this year, is called Clarence the Black Flame Warrior. This art was done by my friend Jose Negron. He did it for me because I definitely wanted to have some pictures for you guys so you guys can see what are the books that I'm working on. Now, these covers here from Erebus the Ranger and Soul Exchange, Talking to the Devil, and Armageddon, these were all done by my friend Arnaldo Rosado, who did these for me. He's doing all my book covers for me. And the book cover you saw for Clarence the Black Flame Warrior, that's just a prototype, just so I could have something to show you guys. But so I want to talk about, the difference between, I'm talking about, Erebus the Ranger, but it kind of is like a different process for me when I do religious books to do like regular books. That being, when it comes to like religious books, because like I've said, I don't know how to write a religious book. God gives me the ideas, the way the book should be. I don't know what the story should be about, everything like that. So I take it a very like different pace, which I'll talk more about next Thursday, because next Thursday I don't have any other books to talk about, so I'll just be doing like general tips and things about that I do as an author, like different type of books and stuff like that. So just to kind of go touch a little bit on that, when I do religious books, I'm very more careful about what I don't go like all wild and crazy with. I try to keep it very organized, very straightforward. I try to give more details. I do a lot of research when it comes to that, reading through the Bibles and different scriptures and stuff like that to make sure that I have kind of things, kind of like lined up so that way people can like, oh, well, that wasn't in the Bible. You can kind of go and look and do things. So stuff that of that nature. Whereas in the regular books, kind of like Erebus and everything, like then all my books are like, you'll see like little parts of me, little parts of like my personality, how I feel sometimes, and everything like that. But like I said, I'll kind of go over that next Thursday when I don't have any books to talk about. Where I can kind of expand on me being an author, what it's like for me, any tips I can give for other new up and coming authors. So this book here, Erebus the Ranger, I kind of thought about it as I wanted to. I was playing a game and I kind of like got like an idea for a book. I wasn't really sure, and like the idea that I had kind of turned up into Erebus the Ranger. As my friend, you can see like the face that he has, which kind of like describes the whole story. And then him right here looking at a castle, which you will find out about later on. And so basically, in Erebus the Ranger, he's in like the kingdom called Sarnis, where there's like a Greek king, and he wanted we wanted everybody to be very well protected, so that way if anything happened to the kingdom, everybody would be protected. They could protect themselves, they could defend themselves, they could defend the kingdom and fight. So that was from either the parents, the grandparents, to the kids, everything like that, just in case if anything happened, because he wanted his people safe. He would always help his servants and his people and everything like that. So the king one day died, and when he died, a new ruler came in and took over like the king of Sarnis, and he pretty much became like a tyrant. And he started kicking people out of their houses and moving them to what they called, and there, like when the new king came, was the slums. And he called everybody who moved to the slums the slum rats. So he takes Erebus's parents and kicked them out into the slums, and everybody was just like, "Oh, are you okay? Like, don't worry, like, we're going to take care of you." And pretty much the slums, they all became like they were pretty much all family. Like they loved each other, they helped each other, and they looked out for one another and tried to protect one another. And so when like pretty much the whole entire kingdom of Sarnis, like they were all good with each other, they were all friends. But then when King Thaddeus, which was his name, was King Thaddeus, once he came in, there started to be like a great divide and everything where, people who lived near the castle, they wanted to stay in good graces. They didn't want to like make anybody mad or anything, the king mad. So they pretty much turned on the people that got moved to the slums and everything. And, throughout that time, like it was just like a horrible living condition. They were like beaten, mistreated. The people of the slums, they were talked about, spit upon, and everything like that. Oh, hi Cassandra. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That really means a lot to me. I have a lot more books, and it's crazy because when I tell people how many books I have, people either think I'm joking, that I'm crazy, stuff like that. But I have I dare say about close to like 50 some books, like in my head that I already know about. I already know like the sequels and the series to them, because the majority of the books that I have in my head right now are pretty much like a series. Erebus the Ranger would definitely be part of a series, and I've already started thinking about like the sequel to this book. And as they were kind of going along, in the book, is that like one night it was like a blood moon, and Myrna, the mother of Erebus, was giving birth, and Erebus was born on that day. And so, everybody wanted to treat Erebus, like kind, and like they treated him like they were their, like he was like their son, like a brother, everything like that. And the King Thaddeus had his right hand man who was called the Torturer. As you can kind of guess, he went and tortured anybody that he deemed fit. Like he just did not care at all. And so one night he came to what was called the Wolf's Tavern, where you had Helga, and she like cared for everybody. She had a bunch of girls, which like prostitutes that was in the Wolf's Tavern too, and they all loved Erebus like a little brother. They all cared for him. And so the torturer came. He wanted one of the girls. The girl really didn't like, listen, I want no trouble. I'm not really working right now. And he slapped her around and like literally like killed her. And so her boyfriend at the time in the book got mad and tried to protect her before that happened, but he wasn't able to. And then Erebus got mad because like that was his friends, like he cared for like so much for him, and then he got into the way. And if you see like right here in the book, you see like this huge scar like on his face. Sorry, That was because the torturer had slashed him like with his sword straight across the face because he tried to protect his his friend, like was the girl's fiance at the time. And so the torturer picked up Erebus, slammed him into a wall, and then Erebus's father came, his uncle came, all tried to stop him from like getting hurt, but they were too late. And pretty much the torturer had like all the captain of the guards, because Erebus's uncle is the captain of the guards, but the torturer had all the guards turn on him, on his uncle, and everything like that. And so from then on, it gets very crazy because after that night, Erebus feels like very guilty. Like he can't get over the fact that he feel like he failed everybody, and he felt like everybody kind of failed, like his friends, because the one girl got killed. Like her fiance was completely like battered and beaten, and so he felt like, well, why didn't you guys do anything? You guys should have done something. Why didn't you? And they try to tell him, like, listen, there's not much we can really do against somebody that's like the torture of his size, his weight, his build, and stuff like that. Like they just couldn't really do anything. It was like a no-win situation for them, and they tried to tell him that, but he really didn't want to hear it. And this ranger comes along and tries to tell him, like, listen, like, you're out of line. You shouldn't have said what you said, and everybody was really trying to talk to him, trying to be like, listen, you can't really be that mad considering like the circumstances that they were under. And so he kind of like reluctantly but willingly was just like, okay, fine, like, I'm sorry, I apologize. And from then on, he's just like, he had it in his mind that he was gonna like get revenge on everybody that messed with his family, that messed with his friends, messed with everybody in the slums. So he definitely wanted revenge on the torturer. And he comes and he's trying to figure out ways to really kind of get back at the torturer and kind of get back at King Thaddeus for what he did. He's not really sure how. And then, like later on, like as he keeps growing older and older, he asks for like a request, and people's like, you don't want to go down this path of revenge, because if you do, there's no coming back from it. They're like, you don't understand what it's like. And so one of his friends, Zandova, she's an assassin. And so she's like, you don't understand. Like, if you go down this path, like, there is no coming back from it. Like, you don't know what it's like to kill people. You're not really ready for this. Like, you don't understand. Like, you're just talking right now. And so he's not willing to listen to her. And she's just like, I think I'm sick of you. I can't stand you. I'm sorry I ever met you. Stuff like that, which hurt his feelings. But he has it in his mind that he's dead set that he wants revenge, that he doesn't care how he has to do it, what he has to do. He's going to get revenge. So like, he's pretty much driven through like revenge the whole entire time, trying to find ways to get back, try to get even. And he asked his parents, and he asked some of them too, could he be at least be trained for like self-defense? They really didn't want to, but they're like, one thing, it's kind of best if maybe he does get trained for like self-defense on how to protect himself. At least that way, he at least has a fighting chance to to survive. And so, he kind of goes but the thing was like, he gets abused by the guards. Hey Jess, how are you? Thank you so much. Welcome for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for that. But like, he had like a rough life, and it's kind of hard for him because because he's depressed. He feels really guilty because one, he didn't do anything, and he tells everybody, he goes, I feel like I couldn't do anything. I feel like I let everybody down because one, I wasn't strong, I wasn't fast enough. I don't know what I could have done. He goes, I just feel like I let everybody down, and everybody kept trying to tell him, like, listen, there was nothing you really could do. You were a child. And so he was abused by the guards, and when he was growing up, he was abused by some of the other kids who picked on him, kicked him, and everything like that. The guards would then, would like cut where he would like try to like slap him around, punch him, and everything like that. So he had made up his mind where he pretty much hardened his feelings and everything, because he had a plan that he wanted to learn some skills. And because he did that, he like everybody would kind of like give him like some money and everything, even like Zandova and Narsdak, who is like one of the best thieves around, would give him some money, just in case he would want to buy something or wanted to move. And then considering the circumstances that they were under. And so he gives them. So he goes up to them. He's like, "Listen, I want like whatever I want. I want like, this is what I want for my birthday. This is what I want." He hands them the gold. He's like, "I want you to train me how to how to fight, how to like kill people in this way. So like I know like that I can like come back after them." They're like, "You don't want to do that." He says like, "But I'm paying you money." He goes, "Don't you guys usually take money, for a request or for a mission or stuff like that?" But they're like, "Well, yeah." He goes, "Well, fine. Here's the money. Train me." And he goes, "I just want somebody to train me on like how I can get even or get back at King Thaddeus and everything like that." Okay, guys. So I'm gonna pause right there. So many of you may or may not. Hi, Bob. How are you? Good afternoon. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing very well. I appreciate you coming by for the live. Thank you so much. Hi, Jessica. How are you? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love being here, and I love talking about my books, and I love like interacting with all you guys. Thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate seeing you. Um, like I have a giveaway. I've been trying to do like from so far like two people won, where I'm doing a giveaway where if I ask a certain question, then if I ask a question, it's pretty much from stuff that I've said either throughout the week or what I'm talking about now. And if you're the first person to actually answer the question correctly, then you get a free signed book by me of any of the books that I already have published, which is Erebus the Ranger, um, Soul Exchange, Talking to the Devil, Armageddon, Soul Exchange. I'm here now, just as promised. Awesome, Red. So, and you had a chance to win some of the new books that I have, which is my camera. Oh, there you go. Clarence the Black Flame Warrior, or the Cerberus Core, or Kurorensu the Bladesmith. And so, guys, I was just talking about, for those of you who are just coming now, I was talking about how King Thaddeus, took over like the old king spot after the old king died, and was a tyrant to everybody in Sarnis, and going through about what Erebus the Ranger's about. So yeah, so once I ask you guys a question, I just want you guys to answer, and you'll get like a free copy of the book. But when you do answer, and if you win, email me at clarencecausbybooks@gmail.com. Or if I'm not, or if you decide, or if you answer like later on, like today, leave a comment under this live session under Reader's Magnet, and I'll be sure to like to look at it, and then I'll respond back to it. So always keep checking that too as well. And then once I see that you answered it, I'll reply back and give you my email address again. If you guys don't remember, which is clarencecausbybooks@gmail.com. Email me, let me know what books you want, or ask me to repeat the list of the books that that are available, and then let me know which one you want, and then once I get it, or whenever the books come out that's going to be published this year, I'll sign it and send it to you. Okay. And make sure you guys come in like next week too, because I'm doing it from Monday through Friday as well. One day next week, which I'm super excited about, is going to be like a huge giveaway, And the thing is, like, once you guys win, you won't be able to enter anymore, only because that I want to kind of give everybody a chance to kind of like win some books and everything that I'll sign and like send you guys your way. All right. So the question for today is, who is the tyrant king that took over the old king when he died, and was a tyrant of Sarnis? Who was the tyrant king that took over? If you guys can answer that, let me know right now if you guys can figure that out, or after this session is over with, just like drop it in one of the comments and everything. I'll reply back, but keep checking the comments if you guys do reply back after this live session is over, to kind of see if I did reply. If I did, and I see you, reply back to me. If I reply back to you, then just shoot me the email at clarencecausbybooks@gmail.com. Okay. And for those, so just so you know too, for those of you who just are coming now, if you guys like anime, like mangas, and you love isekais and everything, that's pretty much like the theme of my anime books that I've currently like writing. They're very inspired by anime and stuff like that. Yes. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Yes, all my books are definitely available digitally for the Nook. I think if Barnes& and Noble, I think they should still have the Nook, I believe. I'm not sure. I know they're definitely available for the Kindle as well. You can get them on Amazon and on Barnes& and Nobles. But just so in case like if nobody was here, like when I first started like this session, Soul Exchange is being republished, so it's not out yet for Reader's Magnet, but it's going to be republished by Reader's Magnet. It's going to be out on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles, and you can be able to get that digitally as well. So keep on the lookout for all those books and everything, and make sure you guys come next week too as well, because it's going to be fun. It's going to be full of excitement and everything like that. And to continue about Erebus the Ranger, you're gonna see he goes through a lot. Like I said, he was abused. He was tormented, like tortured, and everything. He had so much craziness happen to him in his life, but he wants to learn. Like I said, he wants to learn quite a few skills to kind of like get back and to kind of get even as a torturer, and Thaddeus and everything like that. So make sure you guys check it out, like because now this book right here is definitely going to be a series. The majority of my books is going to be a series as well, but as for some, I know have asked me before, are any of these books connecting Soul Exchange, Armageddon, and Talking to the Devil? If you read this, like if you read Soul Exchange, like I know it's just coming right back out. Hi Ethan, how are you? Good to see you again. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hi John, how are you? It's good to see you again too. How's everything? If you read Soul Exchange, like you'll notice there's some connection to Armageddon. Armageddon is in the Soul Exchange universe. So if you read this, like you'll definitely pick up on some. But if you read this first and then read Soul Exchange, it's not gonna make it. It's not like insanely crazy or not gonna make a huge difference. But like you'll see what happens. But you'll kind of see what happens. Maybe kind of like spoilerish almost, somewhat. But those are the only two that are really connected at the time. But pretty much all the series, like the books that I'm working on, that I'm gonna be talking about next week, are going to be series. Erebus the Ranger is a series. Like I said, the majority of my books I have are definitely going to be series. Because I don't know, I just love series, and that's like where my mind is going. Because like I'm already thinking about the sequel to Erebus the Ranger. I've constantly thought about like other books, like sequel to other books already. That matter of fact, like some of the ones that I'm gonna be talking about like next week, I've already thought about sequels to them already, and working on the characters and the storyline of how to really get that started and everything. But I got a lot more books. So Talking to the Devil, Armageddon, Soul Exchange are all very religious books. But all the other ones are just completely like just regular books that's not like religious at all. Hi Riley, how are you? I have actually. So I was gonna save this for next week, but I didn't really do it with Erebus. But Clarence the Bladesmith, Clarence the Black Flame Warrior, Kurodensu, which is Clarence in Japanese, and the Cerberus Core, which I will be talking about next week, is going to be very kind of like a graphic novel, because it's going to be kind of like a manga style. So for those that know manga, it's all pictures, like nothing but like anime with like like illustrated strips like throughout the whole entire book. Like, and they have like the words like inside like the illustrations and everything like that. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm talking with my friend on like Arnaldo Rosado, is that you're gonna read the book, and so like where you read the book and everything, because I want people to really see kind of what's going on, kind of really visualize it even more, except just from my words. When you read the words, you can kind of like picture, but I really want people to really see what's going on in those books. So he's gonna be doing like manga illustrated, like manga illustrations, where if you read like, so let's just say on like page 1, you'll see what's going on. You'll be able to see like on page 2. So like the illustration is going to go right next to the page that kind of coincides with one another. And so that's one thing I'm very super excited about. Not really sure about how many pages it's going to be. I think the Cerberus Core is about like 2, maybe sneezing at 200 or so. Because I still got to go back and try to like do something with the ending of like that one. That was my 5th book that I kind of finished, but then I kept gonna kind of have to keep going back a little bit, because I want to try to change the ending a little bit to make it like a better ending and stuff. But all those are good. Like that one, Clarence the Black Flame Warrior, Kurodensu the Blacksmith, are going to have like those same kind of concepts where you'll see like the story on one page, and then on the other side, you'll see like the illustrations of everything that's kind of going on, so you can really like visually really see kind of like what's going on. Also, too, what I wanted to have in those books too is like if you so now I read my friend Chris, he got me this book of Overlord. I love Overlord, one of my favorite animes. Is that you see like the characters like in the front cover of the book, like when you open the book, you see like the illustrations of them. So my friend, he's gonna do like illustrations of like the main characters that you see in the book, and then like on the side they'll have like like biography and like the powers that they have and stuff like that as well. So I'm trying to do like different things with the way I write the books and stuff like that, especially for that and with some of my other books that are coming out. So I will be doing. So as you can Erebus the Ranger is kind of a medieval, like in like medieval times, um, fantasy fiction. So because I do all fiction books, but the other books that I have will be because like I'm going to like different genres. Like I'll be doing like a horror book as well. Horror. I'll be doing sci-fi, cyberpunk, um, definitely all action. And so like with each part of the thing, you'll definitely see like parts of my character in some of the and pretty much all the books that I write. It won't be completely all of me, but some you'll definitely see more than others. And I just want to hopefully that all the books will be able to like touch out and reach people and like have them like learn like some valuable lessons and everything from like some of the books that I have. Like Erebus, don't be blinded by rage or whatever, but I hope you guys read that book because like it was definitely fun for me to write. It was definitely exciting and everything. And I hope you guys feel the same way when you read my books. I hope you guys love my books. I do hope too that if there's maybe like a book that you're not really like kind of like feeling or not really don't like, please just give me a chance. Just hold on because I got a lot. Like I said, I have a lot more books coming out. Because usually once I finish like books and I get them out there, they're ready to be published, I start working on other ones right away. So I have a lot to really choose from if I want to do maybe like two more anime or maybe one more anime inspired book and then go back to like the other books that I originally have already. Like 'cause one book I have is already like a trilogy already that I haven't even written down yet. I don't really like write notes or anything. They're all up in my head. So, it'll take time, but hopefully I get out like all of my books in time, so everybody can enjoy them, through the years. So guys, we're almost about done. It's 12:28. Got 2 more minutes. So I just want to thank everybody for coming, for watching me this week. I hope you guys come with me next week. Next week's going to be a blast. It's going to be really having a good time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be talking about the 3 different books. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So what I wanted to say is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be talking about the 3 new books that I'm working on that will be published this year. Also, Thursday, I'm going to kind of be giving out like little tips, my own personal tips, like as an author, if you're starting out, like kind of what to do and everything like that. And then on Friday, it'll pretty much, just come by. And if you have any general questions about, what was my favorite book to write or what was the hardest book to write, stuff like that. Or, what's my favorite anime? What kind of music do I like? What's my favorite band? Or what's my favorite movie to watch? Who's my favorite actor? Who's my favorite, comic book character or whatever? Come by next week. We're going to have a lot of fun. Next Thursday, next Friday, I will be doing a live roundtable session too from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. So make sure you guys check that out as well on Thursday and Friday. I can't wait to see you guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a great Saturday. Have a great rest of Friday, wherever you guys are from. I appreciate you guys coming. I really do. It means a lot to me. I'm so glad I get to interact with you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate your time. You guys taking your time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with me. I appreciate that so much. It really means a lot for you guys to listen to my story. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, everybody. I hope you guys have a great, fantastic year this week. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Have fun.